Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new season cards to review today. So season 8 this time. 6 new storyline cards. Let's see what we are working with. So we got Icon Moments Garincha. We got Icon Moments Johan Cruyff. If you guys want to see reviews for some of the icons, be sure to let me know because I have a bunch of their loan cards. We can totally do that if you guys are interested in that. So we got Andre Gomes here. Sorry, just looking at his face, you know. We got Andre Gomes over here. We got Tete? Not really sure exactly how to pronounce his name. And Morales. And then the level 30 cards that we have. Ooh, Eusebio is here. My freaking boy. What's up, bro? And then we have Martial, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to want to get for sure, in his own ways, of course. Bernadeschi, okay. And then we have Emra Chan. Interesting. So for level 30 cards, okay. Let's go ahead and check out these cards first. So we're looking at Morales first. So let's see what we're working with Morales over here. We're looking at a striker that is 4-star, 4-star. This card was one of the really good cards to use in the beginning of the year, right? Liga Santander, I think it was this card right here. You could see from his base card stats that for a rare gold card, it was really nice to have a card like this in the beginning of the year. With this card, he has 95 acceleration with 98 sprint speed. He's got 92 finishing, 87 shot power. So shot power could be something that we could improve as well as the finishing, because obviously he's a striker. You want him to be as good as possible. But he does have 87 agility. His dribbling from this card over here was already pretty decent. So with this card, it would only be significantly improved. People have decided to give him either a marksman or a sniper. I think a marksman makes the most sense, because I feel like the dribbling on this card is pretty decent just for base card stats in regards to his own characteristics, right? But it's the shooting boost that you give the card that's definitely very noticeable, because if you give him a sniper chemistry style, you don't touch the shot power, but you need the shot power. 87 is a little bit too low in my opinion. I think improving that as much as possible could be really ideal. He is missing some base stats to make him a really good selection, but I still think he would be beast in his own ways, right? A level 15 card that has really good stats all around, not necessarily bad, especially with the marksman chemistry style, boosting his attacking positioning to a 98 with the high medium work rate. So looks like a cool card. Looking forward to trying that one out. The next card that we have here is going to be the Andre Gomes card. So Andre Gomes is going to be the card that I'm going to get first, obviously, for my main account, because of him being Portuguese. It's just a personal preference of mine. He's kind of like a usable midfielder, right? Center mid, CDM with a shadow chemistry style, 97 acceleration with 97 sprint speed, while boosting his defense as much as possible, while having decent dribbling stats in the midfield is not necessarily bad. I wouldn't necessarily use this card as a center mid per se. Even in a 4-4-2, he could be okay in those situations. I feel like his dribbling's not going to be good enough. Like, if you guys saw the new Arturo Vidal, that card makes a little bit more sense because his agility and balance for base card stats are really nice. It's nice that the dribbling, ball control, and reactions has been improved on this card drastically to make him usable, because this is the only version of the card that he has, right? So I still think he'll be very good, especially with the shadow chemistry style. Mostly in the CDM position, because he is a 4-star player with medium work rate. So you can kind of work with him and William Carvalho in the team if you're kind of making like a Portuguese team where you want to have like some pretty decent CDMs. There's also still the Europa League Fernandez card if you guys ended up doing that. Not really sure if you did. There's still Renato Sanchez and stuff. There's a couple of CDM players you can use in your team, but they're not necessarily medium high just yet. But he'd still be a really cool card to try out for me personally, because it's Andre Gomes, Portuguese player. I'm gonna rock with that. But dribbling will be affected a little bit because of the 6'2" height for sure. High and average plus body type, so that's gonna affect his dribbling a tad bit as well. But he does have good shooting capabilities in the midfield, good passing capabilities, as well as really good physical capabilities, except the jumping part being at a 67. Not necessarily the greatest right there, but I'm going to get the card regardless because you guys know how I play FIFA. Let's see the next one. Next one is a right back that actually looks really solid. Tete. We're going to call him Tete for the player review. Obviously, we're going to be trying out all these cards when they do come out, but I just want to see what we're looking at over here. So with this card over here, He's Dutch and he's from the French league. You know what? There's a couple of things you can work with there because he's a 5'11 player with high medium work rates, has fantastic dribbling stats for a fullback. I think it would still be an anchor on him, right? Yeah. Let's see. Anchor on the card would give him a little bit of physical, a little bit of defense, and then a little bit of pace. You obviously want to focus defensively with these types of cards, so it does make the most sense. You shouldn't expect this card to be a shooting beast, but on stay back while attacking high medium, he should be a well-balanced fullback to have. So in regards to the little 15 cards, I think a lot of it is going to be based off of personal preference. I think, generally speaking, Morales is probably the best one to choose. But again, for me personally, I'm going to be getting Andre Gomes because it's Andre Gomes. So yeah, a lot of this is going to be down to sentimental value for this one. But for the level 30 cards, we're looking at a little bit more into the specific meta and stuff, in regards to making these players usable. Because Martial recently got a card, I think it was an inform card, and it was a striker, and I was like, if this card had the weak foot, he would be really nice, right? So with Martial's card, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out what we are working with over here. So with Martial, Manchester United players are just freaking massive in this game, by the way. With Martial's card, he does have 89 balance. Pace is fantastic. You don't need to improve that. Shooting, you can improve a little bit for long shots and all that good stuff. It almost seems like, what do people give him? This is a little bit close, I would say. Marksman, sniper, or an engine. A marksman gives him what? Let's see here. So you don't touch the balance, but you boost the agility and the reactions of the card, but then you're drastically improving the shooting to essentially be perfect, which is always nice. And then you are also giving him a plus 10 for jumping as well as a plus 5 for strength. So that's interesting because he is a 6-foot player. So with the 89 balance, I would be interested in trying that out. That's something that you have to try out in game for sure. But with the marksman chemistry style, there is also the sniper one. The sniper one, nah, I would give him the sniper one. Yeah, because he already has 97 shot power. I don't care about the long shots, to be honest, unless he has the traits. Ooh, he does have the finesse shot trait. Finesse shot trait when you don't have a 5-star weak foot. It's nice, because when he cuts inside, he can actually hit those. That's a tough one, actually. Because long shots, it's a combination of like all three of those, plus the composure and stuff too. I would still try him out with the sniper chemistry style first, but then I would also have to experiment with that finesse shot. It's a combination of like trying it out with the balance being at an 89, because players sometimes play to their base characteristics anyways, but then boosting the long shots by a plus 10 when you have the finesse shot trait. Guys, the finesse shot trait's crazy when you have it, so... I mean, this card looks nice, and you give him physical boost as well. I think that makes the most sense, but we have to try out that balance when that comes out. The next card that we have here is Emra Chan. I think it's a high. Oh, he's a medium work rated player. Okay, so obviously with the stats... This card looks like an engine. Yeah. A 90 acceleration with 94 sprint speed. Shooting capabilities are pretty decent if he's going to be playing in the midfield position. His base card stats for defensive stats are really, really good. You don't need to improve it. Same goes for his physical, to be honest. But then you improve his dribbling by a plus 10 for balance and a plus 5 for agility while also giving him a passing boost. What does he get with an anchor? An anchor on the card is a plus 5. Defensive stats are basically perfect, which you're going to notice with a player that's 6 foot tall. And then you do also give him a little bit of strength, aggression, as well as jumping. Jumping's nice to have because he's a 6 foot player. Being able to jump is always nice as well. And then his dribbling might not be up to par. What is his attacking positioning? 97? Yeah, that's a card you have to try out as well. That's not a card you can judge right away. Because... what do people give him? Engine. Yeah, I think Engine makes the most sense. Because you're boosting his agility and balance to make him really good at dribbling. He already has pace. He's got great physical and defensive stats. Will you really notice a big difference with his defense if you improve it by that much? Probably not. Because, with medium work rates, he could potentially be an aggressive attacker. Maybe not. It really depends, right? But that's a nice card too. 4-star as well. And then last but not least... we have Bernadeschi's card. So Bernadeschi is also a 5-star skiller with 4-star weak foot. That's a card you give a sniper to. No, not even a question. Not even want to hear it. 96 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. Good enough. Do you have the finesse shot trait? Ooh, I actually have to check to see if Emra Chan has any traits, because obviously it would be very helpful regardless. Flare traits, dives into tackles. Don't know how much that affects online. Not sure if it does. Okay. Do you have the finesse shot trait? Because if you're left-footed, cutting on the inside, that'd be brilliant. He has the outside foot shot trait. Oh, that's unlucky. It's unlucky, but it's still really nice. Like, it's unfortunate he doesn't have the finesse shot trait, but if you do the cut inside play with him in the right attacking mid position or right mid position, he'll be able to actually hit it with his left foot on the right side. So it's pretty solid because if you look at this card, he does have good base shot power, good base long shots, finishing. With dribbling, you are improving it drastically, but again, we have to test to see if base characteristics transfer over to the card. He does have 82 strength, which is nice, and then he does have passing stats as well. So I think that the last 3 cards for level 30 are not necessarily bad at all. I think they actually all look really good for what they are. The level 15 ones are pretty decent for what they are as well. I think people are definitely going to be the most interested in this Martial card for sure. And then obviously Morales too, because of the fact that he was like the baby meta card in the beginning of the year. Like, I use him on my Xbox account because I don't play on my Xbox account, but he's still like just chilling in there because he was like a really nice card. So in regards to what I would choose, I just think it makes the most sense to probably go with Martial and Morales, just because they're attackers. You want to have more fun with the attackers. But generally speaking, in regards to the players that I'm going to be choosing, because I'm going to be rotating it around other people, because I'm pretty sure Abraham is probably going to get the Italian guy. Tony for sure is going to get Martial, so I'm probably going to get Emra Chan for my team, and then I'm going to get Andre Gomes because I need to get Andre Gomes. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this review. A lot of these level 30 cards you definitely have to try out. It's very hard to judge these cards unless you see what they actually do in-game because of work rates, attacking positioning, defensive stats, or base card stats, all that fun stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.